morning, dear hearts. I am back again with a favorite lesson, lesson 41. God goes with me wherever I go. This is such a beautiful lesson, and it's a lesson that really gives us so much information and uplifts us to knowing that there is another way in this world. There's another way of looking at this world. I can see peace instead of this. Yes, because God goes with me wherever I go. And this lesson also will, as it tells us that, this lesson, this idea will completely eliminate all of the fears and the worries that we have as being the separated ones. The separated ones are those of us who believe that we are apart from God rather than being a part of God. Sort of a Janetism there, right? Anyway, so God goes with me wherever I go. Today's idea will eventually completely overcome this sense of loneliness and abandonment that all the separated ones experience. We can feel alone out here all by ourselves, but this lesson is obviously going to let us know that that is not even a remote possibility, because God goes with us wherever we go. Depression is an inevitable consequence of the belief in separation, but so are anxiety, worry, deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and an intense fear of loss. And these are the plagues of this world, because we believe we are in this world, when in truth, we're in it, but we're not of it. So seeing this world as the only possibility can certainly instill these feelings of depression, anxiety, helplessness, etc. in us. The separated ones have invented many cures, in wonderful air quotes, for what they believe to be the ills of the world. What's really wrong here? But the one thing they do not question is the reality of the problem. Yet its effects cannot be cured because the problem is not real. We are not apart from our Father. We are not apart from Source. We are not apart from our celestial parent. So the problem that we perceive is not real, but the idea for today has the power to end all of the foolishness forever. And foolishness it is, despite the serious tragic forms it may take. And indeed, it can take tragic forms, because when we feel hopeless, when we feel helpless, when we are racked with anxiety, worry, and depression, the separated ones, can delve into ways to try to alleviate that feeling. Those are addictions. Anything that we're going to use to try to lift us up and make us feel better. And remember, it's make us feel better. We will not really be creating the cure. We will be putting a bandage on how we feel, but that bandage will be ripped off over and over again, because we have not addressed the real issue, which is the one that is within our mind, that we are filled with fear thoughts that are making us believe that this is a real problem. Deep within you, paragraph 3, is everything that is perfect. You are perfect, sinless, guiltless, and perfect. Child of God that you are, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. Everything that is within each and every one of us is ready to expand and explode into this world, to help it cure all the sorrow and pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and then suffered out of allegiance to it, to the loyalty that we have given to the ego thoughts. It is time to remove that loyalty and to no longer pledge allegiance to the ego thoughts. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness, because its source goes with you wherever you go, as does the source of joy, and the source of all life goes with you wherever you go, and nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. And remember from lesson 34 that peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. So it is already within us. We already have peace of mind within us. We only need to learn to access it. The practicing for today will help us do that, because although it does not use the word meditation, it is most certainly a meditation. And also, before we go into the practice, it says, we understand you don't believe all of this, and how could you? Because the truth is hidden deep within, under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts, ego thoughts, dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see. Today, we will make our first attempt to get past these dark and heavy clouds and go through them into the light beyond. We will open up the windows, let the light in. We will go through the clouds, because the sun is always shining when we go through the clouds. If you're in an airplane, you go through an embankment of clouds. But what is beyond those clouds? Light, the sun. It's always shining. And you could spell that S-O-N or S-U-N. Either one is going to be correct. So for the practicing, only one long practice period. It says about 5 minutes, but it can be much more, as long as you're comfortable with it. We're to do it in the morning as soon as we get up, if possible. I want to do the lesson first so we know what we're practicing. And at the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's lesson very slowly. Then make no effort to think of anything at all. Try to quiet our mind. Try to go into that space, that gap that lies between our thoughts, between our breath, and between our heartbeats. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward past all the idle thoughts of the world, all of the ego thoughts, the idle thoughts, the insane thoughts, and try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thoughts that might divert your attention, that might take away our attention, that might try to influence us to stop our practicing and our meditation. And from time to time, repeat the lesson for today. And you want it says, to sink down and inward and away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You're trying to reach past all of these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. Now, the next paragraph this whole lesson has many beautiful lines. This is one of them. It is quite possible to reach God, which is what we're trying to do when we sink in. In fact, it's very easy, because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world for us to connect and reach our source, our Father, our Creator. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. This exercise can bring very startling results even the first time it is attempted, and sooner or later it is always successful. This is going to be a type of practicing that we will do more and more as we go through this year of lessons. Throughout the day, use today's idea, repeating it very slowly, preferably with your eyes closed, but that may not always be possible. And think of what you are saying and what the words mean. Not just to say them, but to try to actually mean them and to believe them, that in fact, God does go with me wherever I go. And concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, and on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. And now the last line of this lesson is also a favorite, and I'm sure many of you have heard it many times, if this is not your first time with the Course, that you can indeed afford to laugh at fear thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. So we're never alone. We have a wonderful, beautiful celestial companion with us always, always. So that's it for today. Happy to drop in. I will be doing it again and again, just not every day. So please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. Please smile. I haven't forgotten the smiles. I haven't forgotten for us to pray. And I haven't forgotten for us to breathe deeply in and release. Always release longer when the exhale than the inhale. And please be here tomorrow with the playlist, okay? Thank you for being here. Namaste.